Cherie's Senior Showcase is on the air. Cherie's Senior Showcase on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM is an informative and fun show that features events, resources, and news that Elgin seniors can use as a guide to help them get the most out of the golden years. Senior Showcase also features trivia, games, and prizes. So pick up the phone and participate today by giving us a call at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. Today's program can also be viewed and commented on by going to WRMN 1410 Radio on Facebook. Seniors, don't forget to mark it on your calendar to listen to this show on the third Tuesday of each month at 9:15 a.m. And now, we welcome you to Studio 14 in downtown Elgin as we introduce our host for Senior Showcase, Cherie Aschenbrenner.
And hello, everybody. Oh, my goodness, it's playing again. There we go. Welcome, everybody, to Cherie's Senior Showcase here on WRMN AM 1410. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today. Remember, we're also on that YouTube side of things, youtube.com/WRMN Radio. If you want to, hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell. Keep yourself in tune with what's happening here in the Elgin area, especially here with Cherie's Senior Showcase. Let's get started. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good, Matt.
Yeah.
I have guests today, of course, but I always have a couple announcements. We're just getting a kick out of watching them set up for the Nightmare in Chicago. We just saw, I think, dead bodies, something going in. Yeah, dead something in the back of a truck. So they're setting up down here, you guys.
Yep. Oh, yes.
Okay, so all you guys know that I do have an email list of seniors. I'm at 1,908. So if you want to get on my email list, I really wish you would, because I send you out a lot of good stuff. I try not to overwhelm you with too many announcements, but usually 2 or 3 a week. Some events that's coming up for seniors, a lot of times it's also some scam things that are given to me by the Federal Trade Commission, Scam Aside, also a Better Business Bureau, things like that. Keep you up just so that you know what to not to fall for. Also, when there's triad events, dementia-friendly, things like that, it's always good to be on my list. And then that way, you know what, you can forward those on to your friends and family as well, or it might prompt you to have a question, and you can just email me back anytime. So just call me at 847-289-2626. I'll put you on the email list. Okay, next, we have the Elgin Area Memory Cafe. I am the Vice President of Dementia Friendly Elgin Area, and we meet every Tuesday, I should say the second Tuesday of every month at 4 o'clock. We are meeting at the South Elgin Public Works Building, which is at 1000 Bowes Road in South Elgin. We meet at 4. You get some pizza, and then we always have a speaker. Next meeting will be November 11th. We have Kevin Hall with Amada Senior Care. He's going to talk about long-term care insurance and the veterans benefits. And then in December, we are having another meeting, obviously the second Tuesday, and we're going to have Nancy Meany, who is a fitness trainer, and she's going to talk about how important balance is. And what if you fall? Show us some ways to get up. Great. But it'll be December. So, anyway, so keep that in mind if you guys want to come to the Memory Cafe. And if you want to know more, just call me, and I can fill you in on how we're growing. I mean, 6-7 years ago, we had 12 people. Now we're upwards of 60 that are attending. So, yeah, it's growing, but we're glad, because if it's helping you and it's helping the seniors and the caregivers, that's what we're here for. Also, there is an Elgin Caregiver Support Group, if you're interested, by the Alzheimer's Association, and they hold that at the Holy Trinity Church right down here in Elgin on Division Street. It's always the fourth Wednesday of the month, 10:30 to 11:30. It's called the Elgin Caregiver Support Group, and it is presented by the Alzheimer's Association. There is a grief support group, too, that they hold at Holy Trinity Church. And that is always the second and fourth Tuesday at 1 o'clock at Holy Trinity, and it's put on by Heartland Hospice. And again, I know I'm going fast. If you need any of this information, you just let me know, because I'll email you the flyers. And then Senior Services Associates downtown Elgin here at 205 Fulton. They have free drop-in caregiver support group, too. You got to be 60 and older. And then they talk about Alzheimer's disease or some kind of a neurological brain disorders. And grandparents or individuals 55 who are the primary caregivers of children living with them. So they meet the second Thursday of each month at 2:30 down here at Senior Services at 205 Fulton. And I think I want to do one more quick one here. If you are having trouble hearing on the phone, I think a lot of you have seen the commercials. They have that caption call. That phone is free for you. So if you're having issues and you would like to have one of those phones, they come out and it reads the phone conversation, the people's, what they're saying. It is free again. And Robert Townsell is the guy that comes to our Elgin Township Triad. And I have his name and phone number if you're interested, and he could come out and see if you can get that set up for you. And that's it for now. If we have time at the end, I have a few more, but I want to get to my guests because they got such good information. I don't know if you've heard of Honoring Aging, but this is the company, Tammy Bialik and her husband Mike, and they've it's all about senior moving. She tells me they're the wedding planners of moving. So that's what it is.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. So this is Tammy and this is Mike. So why don't you guys go ahead and take the floor? Kind of just tell us, again, when we were talking before, you're Elginites. You guys were here,
yes.
Born, raised here. And then, and how did you get into this?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a great question.
Okay.
I actually love to answer that question. Yes, Michael and I actually met at Ernie's Tire Center in Elgin, right across from the Jewel, 30 years ago.
Wow.
Yes, we've been married for 26 and business owners for almost 7. And I actually went to school to be a police officer and worked in law enforcement for 7 years, did my internship here in Elgin, and did that for a little while. And then this opportunity came to us, or to me, I should say, 20 years ago. So I celebrated 20 years with Honoring Aging in June. And the previous owners, Jeff and Pam Smith, also from Elgin. And they said, hey, do you want to try this? We heard you're kind of unhappy with trying to raise your little one. He was sick at the time and with the full-time schedule. And I said, absolutely, I'm going to hop on board and try this out. And we moved a client from Naperville to Woodstock. It was probably one of the top 5 jobs that we've done that was a complete nightmare. And at the end of the day, I was like, oh yeah, this is for me. I can totally see myself doing this. I didn't have to sit behind a desk every day. And I remember vividly sitting on the floor with her, going through the Tupperware. And I thought my mom had the most Tupperware in the whole world. And it was my job to keep it organized. And so when we moved her in to a community, she came out. It was about 9:30 at night because, of course, everything went wrong. And said, Tammy, do you know what you did? And I said, I don't. Are you okay? You're crying. And she's like, you hung up the towels that my parents gave to me as a wedding gift.
Aww.
So she goes, you've made it feel like home for me. And so I was all in.
That was it.
That was it. I was all in.
Okay.
Had to open that door for us. And yeah, so I was one of the first 5 employees. And now we have almost 30 employees.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So we help folks all over Chicagoland. So yes, if you live here in Elgin or if you have a loved one in Evanston that you want to move closer to you, we will go that far.
Evanston. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I was wondering if you don't do out of state. You don't move people out of
that's
state?
a very good question. So we actually help with that whole process.
Okay.
So meaning we might do all of the scheduling here on this end, whether they're coming here or leaving from here, and then we schedule everything on the other end as well.
So here you are. You've been in your house for 40, 50 years, and you're thinking, I'm in my mid-70s. I'd like to move. I'd like to downsize, but I look around here, and I look in the basement, and I look in the garage, and I like, where do I start?
Yeah.
Where do I even start? I don't know how to get rid of stuff. I don't know how to, where do I even get boxes? It's like you don't even know how to, so that's your job. You call you.
Yes.
You guys come out. It's at a free consultation.
Absolutely. The first visit's always complimentary because one of our jobs in the very beginning is just to educate you, right? To educate, like, what does it look like to have someone come in and really be the moving planner, right? So what does that look like for them? And just to answer your question, where do I start? I actually don't encourage you to start in the basement or the attic.
No?
I just encourage you to start in a junk drawer.
Oh, there you go.
Because first of all, everybody has at least 2, if not 5. They're in every room normally. And so start small so you can see your progress. Like if you decide to start in the basement, and you go down there the next day and you're like, what did I get done here? It's like you might have just tackled one little tiny area and you can't see your progress and you just get depleted and say, I'm not going to continue.
Amy, I've known you a while. I've known you, I don't know, 8 years, I think.
Probably, at least.
Because you've been part of Elgin Township Triad. You're also part of the dementia-friendly Elgin. You come there to our meetings, and even I still have you in my mind when she was on the show. You were on the show by me 5 years ago talking about how to start with your spice cabinet. And so just go through that. Just go through that or go pick underneath your sink one day.
Yeah.
Just get all that out.
Tupperware cabinet, spice cabinet, junk drawer.
Yep.
Like start small, see the progress.
Yeah,
keep
it does
going.
make you feel like you've accomplished something. And that's kind of what I did the other day. I did shoes. Yeah,
Oh.
threw about 10 pairs out.
Nice.
I have a lot more to go. But I how you just, I might wear those. No, I'm not. I know I'm never going to wear them. But if they're not Skechers slip-ins, I'm not wearing them.
If you haven't used or wore it in that season, it is time to let someone else love it. Mm-hmm. So it's time to let it go.
So what you do is you'll sit with them and you'll say, okay, let's start. Where are you moving?
Right.
Or you're thinking, maybe you don't even know yet. You're just thinking about, I just need help. I got to get some stuff out of here. I don't know what to do with it, though. I don't know. I can't lift it. I can't carry it. I can't get it in my car to take it to Goodwill. I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, so let's just start from the very beginning, and I'm just going to walk through the process, right? And there's a lot of more questions, and I could be on here for probably 2 hours talking about this, but we're going to keep it short and sweet today. Even if I'm going to move in it maybe a year or 2 or even 3, it is not too soon to have us come out and start walking that process with you. So meaning where do you start? What resources do you need? Do you need someone to appraise your art? Do you need someone to come out and buy your sterling silver? Do you need someone to just come like a junk hauler? So we have a resource list that's 30 pages. Depending on where our client lives, right, is the resources that we need to have. So that's really important for us. And if we find other resources and new resources, we're always looking to add to our list. And then we're also going to talk about if we are moving, right, what does it look like to have us help you move? So one of the things that we talk about is, what are we going to fit into our next home? So we talk about a customized floor plan. But yes, we are going to come out to your home and walk through it with you because that's how we're going to be able to coach you through it. Sitting at a table doesn't allow me to say how many linens do we need to get rid of and where should we get rid of those. Well, Anderson Animal Shelter could be a great resource for extra chemicals that you have and possibly some, towels that you have as well. So again, let us come out. There's no judgment. So if you're a minimalist or if you're a collector, doesn't matter. Just let us come out and look at that process. So we will help you with all of the resources that you need and do all of the scheduling of all of those resources. So if you would like to have an estate sale company come out to visit with you, or you're thinking, do I have enough for an estate sale? Do I not? Can I just take things to Goodwill or Salvation Army? Who's going to come into my house and go get that bedroom set from upstairs?
Yes.
So and if you're ready at this point right now that you're not even thinking about moving, but I just need some resources, I always say just reach out to us.
Like you said, just even start decluttering now. I mean, you're going to feel better, getting it what you haven't used in years, and then it is going to make it easier in the long run when you are ready, so that you're not so overwhelmed.
Exactly right. And this is a gift to your family. Right, so we'll talk.
Your kids don't want your stuff. Isn't there a lady who wrote that book? Your kids don't want your stuff.
Yes, I think they use different terminology.
Yes, they did.
But yeah, absolutely.
But we're on the radio.
Yeah, and right. So, and even my generation, it's everything that my parents own and my aunts and other family members, first of all, we always say it's brown, right? And so we're going to paint it or make it look somewhere different. But there are people out there that are looking to recreate something out of your items. So we talk about that as well. But most importantly, how are we going to get it there? So even if we're going to age in place, we can definitely still come out and talk about, going through things and what that looks like. And if you need our help doing it, right? So we'll give you an estimate for that for one of our team members to come out and work with you one-on-one. We think of us as doing the physical part and keeping you on task, and then you're making the decisions on what you're keeping and what you're not.
I see. And then you will help them actually get it out of the house.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's huge. That is a huge part of it.
Yeah.
So, like you said, that's called liquidation management. They're going to assist you with deciding what to give away, sell or donate.
Yes.
Like you said, estate sales, whatever.
Right. Some people call it cherry picking. Some people call it sorting. Liquidation management is kind of like the technical term for it, but other people have colorful language for it as well. So, yeah, we'll help with it.
Okay, so now you decide you are going to move. Then you've got a place in mind where you're going to move to. I mean, it could be another house, or it could be a condo, or it just could be assisted living. I mean, it just really depends. I mean, that's really going to be hard if you've got, a 4-bedroom, 3-bedroom house, and you're going to a condo or assisted living.
Right, exactly. So that's where the customized floor plan really is helpful. And some of the clients that we have helped, last year we helped 455 different clients all over Chicagoland.
Wow.
And that floor plan for us is one of the most important parts because we want to measure your furniture that you're wanting to take with you and measure the space that you're moving to, because we want to make sure that is all going to fit into that new space. And more importantly, then you're not paying a mover to move it.
Right.
And now it
That doesn't
doesn't fit. And now what are we going to do with it? So we know ahead of time what is going to fit from our current home, or if we're going to buy new pieces of furniture, what size should we be buying? And then we will give you that information as well. So it's almost like your map for moving day. Just like, you have a plan when you get in the car to run errands. It's like your map for the next home.
And again, if anybody has any questions, they can be happy to call, or they can even write on the YouTube. Right.
Yeah, so you can call on the station number here, 847-931-1410, or you can also text us at our text number, 505-926-1410, if you have any questions, or, of course, you can feel free to make a comment on YouTube.
Cool. Okay, so now you're going to do the move, and now I'm just kind of looking at the notes here. You're preparing for the movers, so the day before the move, the day before you're moving, you guys come in and you're wrapping stuff.
Yeah, so we start about 8:30 in the morning. The first thing we do is label all of the pieces of furniture that are going with you. The floor plan that we will give to you has a numbering system. So if your end table in the living room is number 5, then the table is number 5, the lamp base is number 5, the light bulb's number 5, the lamp shade is number 5, all of the tchotchkes on it or under it are labeled number 5. And then we bring all of our boxes in, so all the materials that we're going to need. So paper, of course, boxes, bubble wrap, all of those things. And then we each get started in a room and get it packed up and ready to go. And some people will say, well, how are you going to be able to pack this whole house in
a day?
Yeah, or less than a day.
What?
Yeah. And I said that when I did that first job too, I was like, walked into that condo and I'm like, we're packing all this today?
Are you serious?
And yes,
Okay.
absolutely. And here's the thing is that we don't have a connection to your things, right? So we're just here to securely put them into a box, get them moved safely. So if you're packing your things, you're thinking like, who gave this to me? And how long have I had it? And who should I be giving it to? Should I be keeping it? So like the process just takes longer, where our team is extremely efficient with their packing process. So yeah, we're done a little after lunchtime. You'll still live in your home the night of packing. So make sure that you can still watch the Cubs game that night, or Bears.
Sleep in your bed.
Sleep in your bed. Wow. Have your coffee in the morning. Make sure you're safe. Have a lamp or 2 left out as well. And then we'll be back the next morning. So we'll make sure the essentials are left out. And then you're going to see a familiar face on move day, which is really important too, because we want to, moving is one of the top 3 stressors. It is one of those things where it sounds silly, but like, did you eat breakfast today? Where are your car keys? If we're moving Bandit, like where's his leash? Those types of things. It's just good reminders for us to be there and kind of talk through that process with them. And then we're going to meet the movers. So they're going to walk in the front door and we're going to give them a tour of the home.
Now, who gets the movers? You?
Yeah, we do.
Okay,
yes.
you are the ones that get them.
We
so-
do. We really try hard to use small family-owned movers because that's also Michael and I.
And it's also your reputation.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes. So we have a handful of movers that we work with all over Chicagoland. And most importantly, like they know our process.
Okay.
Right. So we're going to ask them to put certain things on the truck last, like kitchen, bathroom, closet boxes, because we don't need furniture to unpack those areas right when we get into the next location. And they're very willing to work with us. So movers are wonderful. They're a great asset. We work with several local companies here in the Fox Valley area that I would highly recommend.
Wow. So then moving days here.
Yeah.
And you get up and you guys are meeting them. And then, like you said, they're doing all of putting in the truck and you just kind of need to stay out of the way. I would assume a little, you as the seller.
Yeah.
Because you've already been through your stuff, so you know what's going and what's not going, because that's already done.
Right.
So you just kind of let them do their jobs and move on. Okay, so then you get to your new house, and then you guys are doing all the unpacking too, like
We
you
do.
said, and organizing, because you know exactly, they're all numbered, you know what rooms they go into, where you're setting up. And it says you leave little or very little boxes to unpack, and the garbage is removed.
Correct. Yeah. So it
And
will.
you're eating dinner in your new house.
Well, maybe pizza.
Okay.
But you could cook dinner in your new home on move day. Yeah, absolutely. So again, we take a lot of pictures. That's really important to us. When I first started, I didn't have a phone with a camera on it, so I went from memory. And now, because we touch so many things, we use a lot of pictures as well. So to recreate your curio cabinet, china cabinet, certain areas in your home is really important as well. And so anything.
So you're telling me you're putting the dishes back up in the cupboards and everything in the curio cabinet? Wow.
Absolutely, yeah. So we want it, mirror image how you used to live, so that exactly what it means. So anything that we got out of furniture or on top of furniture goes right back in, and we're set up the kitchen, bathroom, closet, so it's extremely livable on move day. What's not done on move day is hanging your pictures. We also put together new furniture. So if you buy new furniture, we can put that together ahead of time. If you're looking for some type of, closet organization, we can do that as well. So again, what are your needs? And I always say just ask. Because if we're not, we are also an a la carte service. So you might say where we can, just come in and pack you. We can just do the unpacking, because if you're moving here from out of state, then we're handling just unpacking part.
Right.
But I always say, ask the question. And if we as a company can't do it, there's probably someone on our resource list that can. So I always say, just don't be afraid to ask.
No, I mean, this is like you said, this is stressful.
Yeah. So then we take away all the boxes and all the garbage as well. So you don't have that to deal with. You'll see our big blue moving van that will show up to the house and take all that away.
Hey, nice. I guess it's time for a break.
It's time for a break, and we'll be back with more Cherie Senior Showcase. Again, don't forget you can call the number here today at 847-931-1410. Please call if you have any questions. We'll be back with more after these messages.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Centos. Next week is Principal Appreciation Week in Illinois. Illinois governors have acknowledged the week since 1990 in an effort to highlight the dedication of principals, deans, and assistant principals. Principal Appreciation Day will be observed a week from today, Friday the 24th. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker made over $10 million in adjusted gross income last year, according to tax summaries from his campaign. The campaign reportedly did not show the income of trusts that are benefiting Pritzker's family. Documents show he made $10.7 million in 2024. More than 173,000 Nissan and Chevy vehicles are being recalled due to a potential issue with a blown fuel pump fuse. The U.S. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration issued a recall notice including the Nissan NV200, Nissan NV200 Taxi, and the Chevy City Express. Dealers will reroute the sensor harness or replace the fuel pump free of charge for affected owners. Police say an Elmhurst woman was arrested on felony charges after she assaulted a police officer, became combative, and resisted arrest. 29-year-old Marissa Bender, who lives in the 800 block of North Willow Street in Elmhurst, was charged with 2 counts of aggravated battery, 2 counts of attempted aggravated assault, and 1 count of resisting arrest. Around 11 p.m. Sunday, officers were called to a disturbance at Bender's house. She's accused of running and hiding from police. She was taken to the DuPage County Jail. Companies reported layoff and furlough plans affecting more than 1,600 Illinois workers last month. News outlets report the job reductions were reported to the state as part of the Illinois WARN Act. The layoffs reportedly affect multiple industries, including healthcare, transportation, and manufacturing. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
At Skechers, comfort is a technology. That's right. You don't just make a shoe and hope it comes out comfortable. It takes research, innovations, compounds, engineering, and so much more to feel so comfortable you'd swear you're wearing pillows on your feet. We have features like Skechers Air-Cooled Memory Foam and fits like Relax Fit, Stretch Fit, Wide Fit, Arch Fit, and so many more to make the shoe feel like it was custom-made just for your foot. Plus, we have hands-free Skechers Slip-ins technology. Just step it and go. Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever comfortable footwear is sold.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
When disaster strikes, flood or fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, they're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com and let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Today, rain showers likely with mostly cloudy skies and a high near 54. Temperatures falling to around 50 in the afternoon. Gusty winds up to 40 miles per hour. Tonight, rain showers likely before 10 p.m. Mostly cloudy with a low around 42. Currently, it is 48 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
And welcome back, folks, to Cherie Senior Showcase here on WRMN's 9 o'clock hour. Don't forget, those phone lines are open for any questions or comments.
Call us.
847-931-1410.
Okay. Part 2 of Honoring Aging. You have another kind of a different side of honoring aging. So Mike is going to talk about that. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, good morning, and thank you for having me. So one of the other things that is part of helping a transition is sometimes helping with that, what we like to call the final transition. And really that can be part of what we call putting an estate to rest. And the reason it becomes important is we recognize there's an aging population. 10,000 people a day are turning 65. And so when it comes to closing an estate, there's going to be a lot of people who need that help, really. Takes about an average of 16 months to close an estate. And again, that's an average. Some are much shorter, some are way longer, depending on whether they've got to go to probate. And it typically requires about an average of 570 hours for the person who's the trustee or the executor to actually, of work that they're doing to actually put that estate to rest. And again, that time can vary significantly, but it's also done during times when they might normally be working a regular job. So we've just happened to notice that this was a growing need, and we kind of saw this going along with my father-in-law. There was not really someone out there to help navigate the process with the attorneys, with the accountants, with the financial, with the Social Security. And so really our after-loss services or our after-loss support is really step-by-step support to help navigate the paperwork from knowing who to notify and when to notify them, because there can be right times to notify people, and then there can be wrong times to notify people if you don't do things in the right order. Now, I will say this caveat: we are not attorneys. We don't give legal advice. We're not financial accountants, so we don't give financial advice either. But what we do is help navigate that process of really helping a family to close an estate.
Okay.
There's a lot of different ins and outs, and what we try to do is, of the financial tasks, we try to help them outline, kind of in a coaching way, what needs to be done and when. We do it in two different ways. One is a proxy, and a proxy might be someone who needs a little bit more help. Someone might call and ask, say, hey, can you go to the bank with me? Can you go to the attorney with me to make sure I'm asking the right questions? That's more of a one-on-one service, kind of like the sorting service Tammy talked about. We'll go and kind of hold your hand, walk with you through the process in person. And then we also have got our coaching process. And the coaching part of the process is when we meet with you and do our intake form, we'll come up with a process that's going to outline what to do and when to do it. And then we'll be in constant contact, whether it's either by phone or in person, or maybe by a Zoom call or some sort of vehicle like that. And what we do is we just kind of check in every couple of weeks to make sure you've gotten through the processes you need to get through, making sure we're getting the paper back that we need to get back, getting the paperwork sent out that needs to be sent out, and moving forward with like that.
Okay.
Then there's the physical side of the loss. And when I talk about the physical side of the loss, it's the home and what's left after someone passes away. It's important for people to focus on the grieving process, and sometimes it can be hard to navigate, what do I do with what's left? There might be mortgage payments that are still needing to be made. There might be rent payments that are still need to be made. Our family might be not in the area. They might be out on different parts of the country. So how do we navigate that process? So very similar to how we work when someone's moving is we'll actually come into a house, we'll meet with the family. Sometimes it's by a Zoom call or by a phone call. And what we'll do is identify and understand what is important to the family and what is the need for the family as far as being able to close the physical part of the estate. Sometimes it's understanding one brother wants all the pictures, wants all the family memorabilia. We'll get those items all packed up and presented and shipped off to him as they need to go. The other sister may need all the financial paperwork. Maybe she is the executor, so she needs the financial paperwork, the insurance. So we will literally go through file cabinets looking for all the pertinent paperwork that we need to keep or that the family's going to need to keep. That could be tax returns from the past 7 years, could be medical records from the past 7 years. We all know that if you end up, if you have to have Medicare or something on that side, Medicaid on that side, we need to have some of those records, especially if there's still a surviving spouse, to make sure that we have those records for that
like bank
process.
Statements.
Yes, bank statements.
Because you're going to need 5
important.
years of those.
Super important.
Yes.
So then what we do is we help identify good places to be honorable to the parent's belongings or to that person's belongings. Whether it's getting it to donation companies that will take things to homeless shelters and support homeless, whether it's companies that take furniture to help people get off the streets, who when they're getting off the streets actually can get a couch and a table and chairs. And then getting things like clothes donated to Red Cross or Goodwill. We also work with a lot of different companies. So some people like to collect a lot of books. So we have places where we can take specific books. We continue to use that resource list that Tammy talked about earlier to be able to be honorable and keep as much out of the junkyards as we can. We do even have places that will clean and sanitize mattresses, so that even a mattress that's, even though it's been used and is in decent condition, can still be repurposed for someone who's getting off the streets who doesn't have a bed. So we really focus on trying to keep stuff out of the junk haul. And then when we get done in a house, we leave it broom swept so it's ready for the real estate agent. And if people need help finding the right kind of real estate agent because they're not from the area, we can work with the family, with the trust, with the estate, with the attorneys to find the right real estate agent to be able to get the home sold so that things can go back to the trust and to the family. Some of the other areas that we work on that are important to not forget, that we just kind of keep reminding, it's getting to be important now, digital assets. So we think about our Facebook accounts. We think about our Google Drive where we store all our family pictures. What are we doing with those legacy accounts? Are we turning them into legacy accounts? There's a process to do that. If you are trying to get into, if you're an Apple user and you use iPhones, there's a process so that you can get, so that family can get into your account after something happens, because some companies have got really strict policies as to how that works. So it's really important to make sure those things are in place for the family to be able to navigate those things. And then the other thing at the end is we really just try to help connect you with trusted, vetted professionals that we use on a regular basis. So if you have an estate attorney, we work with your current estate attorney. There's no reason to change. But if you don't have one, we've got some great estate attorneys to work with that can help us through the process. Same with accountants, same with financial advisors. A lot of us have got a good financial advisor, but if you need one to help navigate that process of the executorship, we'll certainly be able to provide that for you. And so that's the process of after loss. But then we also have got another process called legacy support. Okay. And our legacy support is really like, let's try and have some of those things prepared and in plan and in place for our family before that final transition occurs. So what that looks like is we come in and it's more of a coaching call, right, or coaching time. And what we do is we work with you to understand where you're at. Do you have a trust? Do you have a will? If you have either of those, have they been updated recently? Mm-hmm. Families change. Family dynamics change. Especially later in life, family dynamics change. Is your will and your trust still set up for your wishes? If your wishes have changed and that will or trust hasn't been set up, the trust will be honored or the will be honored, but not necessarily your wishes. So it's important to make sure those documents are updated. It's important to make sure that our financial accounts, so if we think about our checking accounts or our savings accounts, so any of our bank accounts, are those set up properly so that when something does happen, someone is able to sign checks to continue to pay the bills? Is the money stay there and get locked up?
Huge.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have power of attorneys, nothing's going to happen.
Exactly. So it's super important to make sure that those accounts are set up right. We did find some in our family that weren't, so it was important we recognize that ahead of time.
Yeah.
When it comes to our retirements, our pensions, our 401ks, our IRAs, are the beneficiaries set right for those? I know on my first job, Tammy and I weren't married, and I had a 401k, and it wouldn't have been to her. It would have been to my mom. Mm-hmm. Now, I've got to go back and check. If I still have money in that 401k, have I changed that beneficiary for my mom, who hopefully will outlive us, or will hopefully outlive her? Right. But, is the beneficiary set up right? Otherwise, it's going to create all sorts of chaos. Yeah. My 401k money goes to my mom's estate, not to my wife and my kids, if that's where I intend it to go. So it's super important to make sure that we have all those items up to date. So we work with families, and you don't have to be seniors, it can be young families, to make sure that that process is up to date. If we can get those things in place, it can typically save an executorship about half the time to work on it, they tell us, right? So super important. The other part of the beginning part is the funeral. So when you think about what are your funeral plans? Do you want a softer funeral service with, Amazing Grace and As the Deer Panteth for Water, or are you looking for a celebration of life service? Me, when my time comes, I want a celebration of life. It should be a party. I don't want a somber Amazing Grace type funeral. For those that do, that's absolutely perfect, and we love those too. But it's about honoring your wishes and making sure that those are clearly defined, so that your family doesn't have to, let's just say, maybe bicker or disagree about what the process should be, because oftentimes siblings feel differently about those things. So, let's get those things down in writing and in place first to make things go much smoother for the family and your loved ones when that time comes.
Oh, my goodness. Have you had issues with that, where the people are fighting?
All the time. All the time. And it even happens in transitions too, right? So when they're moving, sometimes that happens. And it's not necessarily fighting because they want control. Everyone thinks they're doing what they feel is the best for mom or dad, or the best, what they believe is the best. Yeah. So sometimes it's walking a tightrope to help them understand it's really about mom and dad's wishes, not about yours, even though you think it might be in their best interest.
Oh, gosh, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine. That's why we need to have documents ready.
Yes.
And then signed. Yeah, I agree with that.
Exactly.
So I think what we'll do now is we'll stop and take, we do have an Elgin trivia question. Mm-hmm. Tammy, why don't you tell us what you brought?
Yeah. We brought a Paul's gift card. So we want you to also, reap the benefit of wonderful restaurants that we have in our area. It's a place that Michael and I have gone for years. So
it's an Elgin staple.
Yeah, and it was either Paul's or Herb's. I worked at Herb's Bakery for 5 years when I was really young. So we always try to keep it local.
Okay. So this is going to be, we don't have time to do two. So we're just going to you're going to get a $50 gift card to Paul's Restaurant in Elgin. Okay, what's our question?
All right, folks, this is the trivia question, and it is, of course, another multiple choice. So here it is. And again, if you think you know the answer, give us a call, 847-931-1410. In Elgin's original plat, which street marked the dividing line between the first settlement claim of founder James T. Gifford and that of Phineas Kimball to the north? Is it A, Center Street, B, Main Street, C, Division Street, or D, Bridge Street? Call in if you think you know the answer, 847-931-1410.
$50 to go to Paul's.
$50. Oh, my goodness, that's a lot.
All right.
All right, we have a couple callers on hold here, so let's take it to the phone lines.
Okay.
Hello, caller. Oh,
listen in.
There's a beeping sound. We'll go, it was a caller, but it was just a beeping sound. So we'll go to the next caller here on the line. Do you think you know the answer?
Could you read me the choices again, please?
Okay. So the choices are in Elgin's original plat, which street marked the dividing line between the first settlement claim found of founder James T. Gifford and that of Phineas Kimball to the north. Was it A, Center Street, B, Main Street, C, Division Street, or D, Bridge Street?
I will say C.
Is that your final answer?
My final answer.
You got
it. Nice. Usually, sometimes it takes about 4 times.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. Is this Raging Richard?
Yes.
Hello.
It's Raging.
Yes.
He's always my biggest fan.
I'm sitting right now in Biloxi, Mississippi.
You are?
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Are you moving there?
No. First trip since I had my knee replaced 4 months ago.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure if you needed a mover. What are you doing?
Yeah, well, I kind of thought you'd ask me that. We're at the boat. I'm gambling away my money.
Oh, that's what you're doing there. Okay.
And eating in some great restaurants.
And then when you get back, you're going to Paul's.
Okay.
So, Richard.
I go there anyway. We go there anyway because I like her. Yeah.
So, since you're not here, what do we do? We're just going to hold these for you, and then when will you be back to pick it up?
Well, can you mail them?
I don't know.
I could do that.
Oh, he can mail them.
Yeah.
He can mail them to you. Okay, well, I'm going to hand him to Matt right now on camera. So there he goes.
There you go.
And he got his
I even
address.
forgot what I'm winning. I don't know. I was trying to listen to the TV and the phone at the same time.
Yeah, it's $50 to Paul's Restaurant.
Oh,
See?
I can do that. My wife is connected to her on Facebook, and there's always notes. And when the Wednesday is pierogi day and stuff like that, and
They really good posting of what's the specials of the day. Yeah.
And Matt,
Yeah,
you have his
yes,
address?
they do.
Okay. All right. So Matt has your address. He said he will mail them to you.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right. We'll have fun in
you
Mississippi.
all have a good day.
Yeah. We'll see you at
And
movie
maybe I
day.
will need those two one of these days when God wants me to die.
Or just move. Or just move.
Move, yeah.
Yeah, and when you're moving to
Thanks
Mississippi.
for listening.
All right. Bye, Richard.
I don't move very well with my bad knee.
Okay.
We'll do it all for you.
He's
You
sitting in
will-
front of the slot.
Yeah, you won't have to do a lot.
That's the best way to do it.
Okay. Thanks, Richard.
Thank you very much.
All righty.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. Congratulations. Very nice.
To Raging Richard. Okay. So let's go. We got a few more minutes of the show. So why don't we talk about if you decide that you want Honoring Aging, Tammy and Michael, or some of from their team. Now, would it be one of you or most
Yeah,
of the
that's a
time
great
that
question.
that comes to the house?
So sometimes it is myself or Michael, just depending on the needs of the client and our scheduling. So it won't be Michael this week. He's going to a conference for the Professional After Loss Services. We actually just came back from our NASM conference, which is the National Association of Senior and Specialty Move Management. So about just under 400 of us own different companies all over the United States and Canada, got together and did a lot of education for 3.5 days down in Dallas. So it was really, really great. So you can absolutely reach out to us, of course, honoringaging.com. You can email us at info@honoringaging.com, or you could just give us a call. You'll get a call back from Valerie, our office manager, at 630-524-9282. We are based out of, there's our website.
Yeah.
We're based out of St. Charles, right at Dean and Randall. So we're happy to come to Elgin. I actually have an appointment later today in Elgin.
There's Tammy's picture. If you're on YouTube, is that your lady who answers the phone?
So that is actually Amy that
Okay.
you see there with the long dark hair. She has been with us for 20 years.
Oh my gosh.
So
Good.
Oh, they're both
Yeah.
of you.
There
Very
they
nice.
are in their blue
There we
shirts.
are.
Okay.
Nice pictures.
Yep. So there they are on the YouTube if you're watching. Otherwise, you go to honoringaging.com.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there it lists pricing. Does it list pricing?
It doesn't list
Because it
pricing.
can't, because it depends on the size of the house and rooms and what you want done,
Exactly.
right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of like to give some. Can you give them a lowest to?
Yeah. So it could be the lowest could, like I just want a floor plan. So that is depending on the square feet that you move into, right around $350. And if you want everything, we've done projects that are $350 and we've done projects that are, $25,000, just depending on how much
Services you need.
Yeah. But it's all a la carte. So that's what, like if you have family involved and they're doing some of it, or your family just calls to say, do it all. So that's why we go out and see every client that we assist with.
Well, that's
to-
good. I like the a la carte type thing.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to
Because there's
to manage too.
no
'Cause-
two moves are the same.
Oh no, I wouldn't imagine it would be. Yeah, because I can see people really struggling with. It's hard enough, maybe it's a house you raised your kids in, and you're just having a hard time moving, and just a lot of memories and things. And what do I want to take? And then when you have to give up some stuff because you just can't take it all.
Right.
And
The
that's really
emotional
tough.
side of it is the most difficult part of it.
Yeah, if you're attached to things, I don't know. I'm looking around my house. I'm like, no, I'm not really. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think there's nothing really. I'm like, oh, I have to. You know what's funny is, I've lived in my house for 32 years, and that dining room set that we have is what we bought when we got married, 1986.
Right.
39 years old is that table, or our dining room table in the curio, I guess,
Right.
closet, with my dishes in it. God, and it's really good. We bought it right down here.
Yeah.
Right downtown Elgin. I forget the name of the furniture store that was down here. Oh, I can't remember, but we bought it downtown Elgin.
And the other part too is like people aren't using, that type of, furniture anymore,
Right.
like a china cabinet
Right, that's
or a
the word I'm
curio
looking for. Yeah, the
cabinet.
china cabinet.
They'll keep the base, right? Because it's got good storage in it. But what can we repurpose that to someone else, or how often do we use the dishes? Or my favorite is, why don't you just use the dishes every day? Why are we saving it for a special occasion?
Right, for Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and so,
use them. They're in the box. Bring them up.
Right. That's what we talk about that often to our clients. Just again, thinking about the things that we own a little bit differently. And I always like to say this when someone's like on the fence about getting rid of it is maybe you have just loved it long enough. And it's time to move it on to someone else who's going to love it.
Right. And I mean, like you said, there's companies that take it, like junk luggers are good. I mean, they'll try to repurpose. I know it's that the sweet things up in, is it Dundee?
Dundee, yeah.
Where she just gives a lot of the furniture to veterans.
Right.
It's just strictly, so if you say, yeah, I have a bed and I got this dresser, and it's here, just take it,
Right.
she'll give them to veterans' families.
That's wonderful. Yeah. We're always trying to find, again,
Operation Sweet Life. I think that's what it's called.
You're right.
Okay.
Different organizations to add to our list. Again, depending on what you have and how, what's our timeline, that also plays into it. Like, do we need to get rid of it in a very short amount of time? Who can come and get it? Maybe the donation company can't come and get it, but maybe we can help you get it there.
Yeah, and things too, like when you're looking in your garage, and you've got antifreeze or you got oil left, you'll help with that kind of stuff, that recycling type of that stuff, chemicals, and yeah, because that's another big one.
Right. Chemicals are a problem, and we even talk about like electronics recycling. We live in a great county that has wonderful recycling events, but not everybody.
And Elgin's got that LRS that they come and pick it right up at your doorstep.
Yes, exactly. So anytime that we see like a Shred Fest on our Facebook page, it's usually pinned at the top. So any local shredding events, recycling events that we can find, we're kind of getting into the slow season of that, but definitely starts back up in the spring where there's a lot of those. Anytime like Kane County and St. Charles has the extravaganza, that means they do like everything under the sun. So I'm always like, please take advantage of that. It's a really great resource.
And that wraps it up.
Oh, that wraps it up. Okay. So thank you guys for coming on today. That's really good info, and we'll keep it in case somebody needs. If you don't get it all, then just call me. I can get you in touch with Tammy and Michael on Honoring Aging. And then next month is our favorite, Steve Burness. He'll be back.
Awesome.
Okay. From the Better Business Bureau.
Thanks, everyone, for tuning in.